Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the George Ball Court at Sherwood Center at Whitman College, where we have a volleyball match tonight between the Whitman Blues and the Pacific University Boxers. While the PA announcer does the opening lineups here, we'll recap the team season so far. Whitman opened their Northwest Conference play last night against Willamette here in the Sherwood Center. Came away from a scintillating five-match showdown with the Bearcats. Came away victorious in that fifth set. Really exciting play, great performance from a number of players across the Blues roster, including three first-year players in the attack. Really put up some great numbers. Sammy Holmer, the lefty Addie Belt, and Kendall Herman all put up impressive numbers for the Blues, as well as some solid performance from the veterans. Lily Thompson, Jamie Bartok at the libero, and of course Haley Pruce, setting, serving, doing all-purpose fine performance. Pacific has played two Northwest Conference matches so far against Linfield and then last night against Whitworth up in Spokane. They've come out on the short side of both those contests, losing in straight sets. They come in with a 3-4 overall record on the season, but still trying to find their way here in conference play. So here we go, getting excited for some play. Really solid statistical performance from the Blues last night. Some nice attacking, 66 kills against 27 hitting errors, total attacking percentage of 207. That bumped their overall season percentage on the attack from 140 up to 152 just in a single game. So really nice. I'm sure Coach Helm is excited about that. Wants to see those numbers continue to climb as the players find their groove. But just really good play, both in system and when they were scrambling and adapting to the situation. So we'll look forward to see more of that from the Blues tonight. Okay, we have the Blues starters now, and it's the same seven listed as last night. Jamie Bartok, senior libero, wearing the dark blue jersey tonight. We've got senior Lily Thompson playing as the middle blocker. Haley Pruce, setter. The lefty first-year Sammy Homer's not the lefty. Sammy's is the first year though. She did a great job attacking the outside hitter. Addie Belt, our lefty, also playing the outside hitter position. Then Rena Gushina, the sophomore, who's the leading attacker on the team last year. She'll be in the starting seven. And Kendall Herman, another first year that really put up some nice numbers last night as well. So we're excited to see this same starting set bring it early against the Boxers tonight. For the Boxers, as I will try to suss out who we've got starting, we've got number 2, Justice Shills, number 8, Kayla Jane Padayo, I believe number 7, Alyssa Cargill, is wearing the libero jersey. And I'll have to wait for them to break huddle here to see the rest of the numbers. Looks like we've also got number 4, Lacey Churchfield, number 15, Annika Hansen, and number 16, Hannah Carlson on the court. But I'm still missing one. Number 5, Emma Velchek. There we go. There's the first 7 for the Boxers. All right, there's the starting sub, libero. Alyssa Cargill comes in. And the Boxers looks like they will open with the serve. Number 8, Kayla Jane Padayo, the setter, will be serving for the Boxers to open things up here. Here we go for some volleyball tonight. First serve from the Boxers, sail long. Good eye by the Whitman Blues, letting that sail out of bounds. And we'll see Haley Pruce step back to take the first serve for the Blues. Tough pass there. Free ball coming in. Excellent dig there by Irina Gushina on the block. A nice put over there by Sammy Holmer. Showing the wisdom there that she didn't need a lot of power. She had a nice gap to put that ball down onto the court and take the Blues out to a 2-0 lead. The Boxers unable to handle that serve. That had a little more pace on it than some of Haley's other serves. She took that up a notch, and I don't think the Boxers were quite ready for that. Normally her serve is a little more finesse and placement, but she put a little more pace on that one. Tries to take up the pace again, but unfortunately service error into the net, and we'll take the point over to the Boxers, who will serve down 1-3. You see an early sub with number 17, Tegan Skyensby, coming in for Hannah Carlson. And she'll go back to serve. Really nice quick set there across to the first-year Kendall Herman. Nice dig by first-year Sammy Holmer to get under that serve and pass it to the setter. Haley puts it right where Kendall needed it to put it down on the court. It's 4-1 Blues. Serve now from Sammy Holmer. Well, again, the Boxers struggle with the receive a serve. Beautifully attacked there by Irina Gushina. Hits down right between two Blues players. Bartok and Holmer go to the floor but aren't able to keep it in play. The Boxers will serve at 2-4, down 2 points. Just had to keep that one in play. Nice quick attack there by the Boxers. The set to big number 2, Justice Shills in the middle. A little quick attack down to the floor. And it's 4-3 now. The Blues with a 1-point lead. A little bit of miss hit there on the receive of serve by Irina. Blues huddle up. It's a tie game now. Nice attack by Addie from the right side. Good block. Kendall Herman gets her hands up there over the net. Drive that ball back into the Pacific half of the court. They're unable to scramble and point to the Blues. Take a 5-4 lead and the serve. We'll see libero Jamie Bartok back to serve. Nice attack there, but the block. The attack sails out, and we have Whitman serving again, up 6-4. Linesman was obstructed. The referee at the net calls that serve in on the line. We'll take the service ace for Bartok. The Blues take a 7-4 lead. A little misplayed there by Justice Schultz. Boxers probably want that one back. Blues take an 8-4 lead. Excuse us here while we try to do a little sound engineering. We have a little interference on the microphone, and we're trying to troubleshoot that for you. Welcome back. Bear with us here. We're troubleshooting some issues with the soundboard. We got some interference, and we don't want you guys listening to crackling and snapping. So we're going to try to work through that here. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to Sherwood Center. Again, apologies while we try to work through some of these soundboard challenges. But we're here watching the Blues now up 10-7 as the Boxers will serve. We've got Rory Frias back to serve for the Boxers. And her serve travels long and past the back line. Blues take the point and will serve again. First year Addie Belt back to serve for the Blues. As I try to get my bearings again here. Oh, really nice put down there by number 2, Justice Shills for the Boxers. Not much the Blues could do about that one. Number 5, Emma Velchek back to serve for the Boxers, trailing 8-11. Pass by Bartok. Bruce scrambles to get it. Addie Belt just puts it over in play to get it across the net. Nice block there by the Whitman right side. Shills, another little reach up over the net to just tap it down into the court. Boxers take another point. It's a 2-point contest, 9-11. It's a little scrappy here in the early going. Neither team probably getting quite what they want in system, but good pass there by Belt. Setting up the big swing from Gushina, but nicely dug out by the libero for the Boxers. Bartok with the pass. Bruce sets it to the back line for Addie Belt, who gets the backline attack in. Unable to be dug out by Rory Frias for the Boxers. And side out to the Blues with a 12-9 lead. Gushina serves. Nice dig there by Addie Belt. Blues put it back over. Continues. Again, just staying alive there, reacting, getting the ball in play. Really nice attempt, but dug out beautifully by Bartok, who sets up big Sammy Holmer on the left side with a swing. Dug by the Bearcats. Whitman scrambles in after a nice long point. Side out to the Boxers. See Kendall Koski coming in for Gushina. And the Boxers libero, Alyssa Cargo, will go back to serve, trailing by 2, 10-12. Fantastic back set there from Haley Bruce. Nice swing by the senior Lily Thompson. Puts the attack down. Boxers unable to handle it. She'll go back to serve with a 3-point lead for the Blues. Thompson dives to the court, goes off the net, but the Blues are unable to control. Bartok will come back in for Lily. Side out to the Boxers with a 2-point trail. They'll be serving down 11-13. Kayla Jane Padayo will go back to serve for the Boxers. It's another service error from the Boxers. Statistically, that's something they've struggled with a bit this year, 60 service errors in their first 7 games of the season, against only 49 for the Blues in their first 8 games. So really nice to see the Blues keeping a cleaner serve sheet. Little miscommunication there between Haley Pruce and Kendall Herman. And can't put that attack down. Side out to the Boxers. They're now down 2 again, 12-14, with Tegan Skyensby back to serve. Pruce, the quick set across the net. Nice attack there from the Boxers. Recover. Addie Belt tries to get a swing. She was a little out of position for that, reaching back over her head. Coach Helm's going to take a timeout. He doesn't like the 1-point lead, feels the team should be stretching this out a bit, and just wants to calm everybody down, clean up the play a little bit. So we'll take a quick break here at the Sherwood Center. Today's game is being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division 1, 2, and 3, which packages event live streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. It is the leader in streaming for Division 2 and 3 sports and the #1 provider of women's sports at these levels, with more than 9,000 games slated for the 2025-2026 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. All right, the Blues break the huddle. And we've got Bartok, Koski, Pruce, Holmer, Belt, and Herman on the court. Blues holding a slim 14-13 edge, but the Boxers are serving. Junior Tegan Skyensby back to serve again. Big attack there from Addie Belt. The Boxer libero gets under it but can't control it. Sails out of play into the audience here at Sherwood Center. All right, here we go. The big serve from first-year Sammy Holmer puts it in play. Nice deflection. Excellent dig there. As we apologize here, we're still continuing to try to work out some sound issues. Okay, Boxers back to serve again. Number 15, Annika Hansen puts the ball in play. Received by Gushia. Big swing by Addie Belt, but it sails just long. No touch by the Boxers, so we have a point. 15 all. We're all knotted up here in the first set. Hansen back to serve again. Loops one down to Gushina. Set by Pruce back to Gushina. Gets a big swing on it. And unfortunately, the pass to the coach is not going to be accepted by the refs. So she was hoping they might count that as a valid touch. But all right, Blues put the ball back in play. Oh, it deflected off the wall, and unfortunately comes down before Addie Belt can get a paw under it, and it's a point for the Boxers. We're all knotted up at 16 again, as number 22, Rory Frias, subs back in to take the ball for service. Frias to serve. Served by Holmer, great pass up to Haley Pruce. And Gushina gets a big swing on it. It's nice to see Arena get into the attacking early here. She had a bit of a slow start yesterday. Not a lot of successful attacks in the first couple of sets, but she put some nice numbers up in the back half of yesterday, particularly in the 5th set. Addie Belt will serve. Set to the left side there by the the Boxer lineup. Blocked well by the Blues, but they're unable to field the resulting deflection. Side out to the Boxers. And Emma Velchuk will go back to serve for the Boxers. We're all knotted up at 17. Sammy Holmer to Haley Pruce sets up the senior Lily Thompson on the right side. Her attack, scramble for it, but the Boxers are unable to make a solid play on the ball. Blues side out, Irina Gashina back to serve with a 1-point lead at 18-17. Big block by the right side there. Lily Thompson there, and also Haley was up on the right side. I'm not sure who got their hands on it, but looks like Lily really was the major part of putting that ball back down into the Boxer court. Another serve from Arena. Attack well dug by Addie Belt. Another set to the big left side hitter. Gashina dives for it, but is unable to dig it out. Side out to the Boxers. Trailing by 1, 18-19. 2 subs in. We got Emmy Lynn Felton coming in to serve for the Boxers. And I missed the number on the other sub there, so apologies to Boxer fans. Big swing by first-year Sammy Holmer there. Just paints that back corner. Excellent attack. Seeing a new face in for the Blues, Lauren Fogliani coming in. And Kendall Herman returning to the game as well. Fogliani will go back to serve. Sophomore out of Bothell, Washington. Quick set to number 15, Annika Hansen there, the middle blocker for the Boxers. She puts down a nice attack. Blues are unable to field it. And it continues to be a close contest here. The Boxers trail by 1, 19-20. With Kayla Jane Padayo back to serve for the Boxers. Really good hustle there. It wasn't the best pass by Kendall Koski, but Bartok was there and put the ball forward, put it in a position where Whitman got the ball over the net with some pace, and the Boxers unable to handle it. So we'll see Haley Pruce serving. Drives it deep, overplayed there, overpassed by the back line of the Boxers. And put away by Addie Belt there. Nice swing. And again, Haley Pruce is serving. We're seeing really good results. We're seeing timeout by the Boxers. The Blues now with a 22-19 lead. The Boxers want to talk it over before the set gets away from them. Make sure you visit www.whitmanblues.com for all your up-to-date information on Whitman athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. Also follow Whitman Athletics on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also buy your Whitman swag by going to whitmanblues.com. If you don't have Whitman swag, you need Whitman swag. All right, Blues break the huddle here. 30 seconds left in the timeout. And players out to talk amongst themselves, looking to close out this set. 3 more points to do so. Familiar faces on the court for the Blues. Belt, Holmer, Herman, Bartok, Koski, and Pruce. Pruce with the serve on her effective arm here. And waiting for the referee to signal play. Here we go. She drops a short play, scramble by the libero for the Boxers. Big swing from number 16, Hannah Carlson on the right side, fielded by the Blues. We have a stray whistle here. I believe the result there was a stray whistle, and we're having a point do-over. There was no net violation. So Haley will serve again. Scramble on the Boxer side. Deflected by the Whitman wall. Recovery, though, set from Bruce to Addie Belt. Blocked back down. Rejected by the Boxer wall. The Blues can't scramble to keep it in play, and it's side out to the Boxers. Trailing by 2, 20-22, as Tegan Skyensby comes in to serve for the Boxers. We have a quiet pause while conversation amongst officials here, and now we're ready for play. Addie Belt wisely just puts it over the Boxer wall. That was a well-placed attack from Emma Velchek on the Boxer left side. Right between two Blues defenders. Both go to the floor to try and get it, but are unable to pass the ball successfully. And it's a one-point match, one-point set, excuse me. Really nicely paced little roll over the Whitman wall there, just inside the left sideline. And we have a timeout for Coach Helm, who doesn't like the 22-all tie now. We had good momentum going, and now there's been a little bit of a stall. And it's anybody's first set here, as we'll take a quick break. Our many thanks to the W Club for its support of Whitman student athletes and athletics programs. The W Club exists to enhance excellence in varsity athletics and the student athlete experience, as well as help fund assistant coaches, international travel, and operating expenses. Head over to www.whitmanblues.com to make a donation or become a W Club member. All right, 15 seconds remaining in this timeout. Blues back on the court. 22-all tie with the Boxers to serve. Tegan Skyensby back to put the ball in play for the Boxers. And we're once again at crunch time. This is a familiar feeling here at Sherwood Center the last two nights. The tightly fought set. Bartok with a nice pass to Bruce, who sets up the first-year Sammy Holmer. Her attack bounces around the Boxer defense, but they are unable to control it. And the side out to Whitman with a one-point lead, and Holmer serves. As always, she bangs the ball to the floor a few times and puts it in play. Oh no, a little hesitancy from Bartok and from Holmer there on the back line. A little bit of you got it, and unfortunately neither of them got it. Side out back to the Boxers, tied up at 23 all. Good judgment there by Sammy Holmer. Sees that ball is going to sail wide, wisely lets it go. And the service error takes the side out to Whitman, holding set point at 24-23 with libero Jamie Bartok back to serve. Drives the deep serve. Excellent dig of the big attack. Haley Pruce sets it for Gashina. Gashina's attack sails long, and we're to 24 all as the Boxers take the serve back. Senior Lacey Churchfield back to serve for the Boxers. All knotted up at 24. We're going to extra points for sure in this first set. Another miscommunication there between Bartok and Sammy Holmer. Just a little bit more error prone here in this first set than what we saw much of last night from the Blues. Let me clean that up a little bit. Oh, the attack from Addie Belt sails just a bit long. She got a nice swing on it, but was a little ambitious driving it to the back corner. And that is the first set to the Boxers at 26-24 as we go to a changeover. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, welcome back to the George Ball Court of the Sherwood Center, where we've seen the Pacific Boxers take the first set 26-24. Taking a quick look at the stats for that first set. Equal on kills, each team with 13 kills. 7 hitting errors for the Blues versus only 4 for the Boxers. So Blues would like to see that cleaned up a little bit. 4 service errors for the Boxers really kept the Blues in it for that match. For that first set, Diggs, Whitman did a good job on defense, digging 15 of the attacks versus 11 digs for the Boxers. So, Addie Belt, again, the biggest, most effective attacker there in that first set. 5 kills for the Blues, 3 for Sammy Holmer, 2 each for Lily Thompson and Irina Gushina, and 1 for Kendall Herman. The big attacker was Emma Velchek for the Boxers with 4 kills. Lacey Churchfield with 2, Justice Schultz with 2, Jenna Hickman with 2, and Hannah Carlson and Rory Frias each with 1. Frias, excuse me. And the teams are back on the court to start second set play. For the Blues, we've got Holmer, Herman, Belt, Ushina, Pruce, and Thompson. For the Boxers, we have Churchfield, Hansen, Carlson. Oh boy, this was the one there, Michaela Tuilamoto, and the libero, Alyssa Cargill. And I think I missed somebody in the bell check, I'm not sure I got her. So anyway, we've got the players on the court. Just waiting on the procedural to go. And all right, here we go. Libero Bartok subs in for Lily Thompson. And we're ready to start play in the second set. Haley Pruce will open the second set with the serve. A little bit of a scramble there from that receive for the Boxers. Quick attack for Kendall Herman is effective again. We've seen a lot of success off that real little quick set from Pruce to Herman, who just flicks that ball down to the floor, finds the open gap. Really nicely executed by the Blues. Great block there by the Whitman right side. And Pruce sets up. Oh, that's called out. That was called out. That attack from Sammy Holmer looked really close, but just outside the line, unfortunately. Side out to the Boxers is 1-all. With Tegan Skynes be back to serve. Free ball coming across for the Boxers. Set their big right side hitter, but nice block by the Whitman wall. Dig by Bartok. Bruce sets up Homer again. Attack not successful. Dug out by the Boxers. Bartok with a dig that sails across. A little bit of scramble here as both teams roll out of system. The Boxers get it back together. A little roll attack, but it's dug out by Bartok. Set up Kushina for the backline attack. Free ball coming for Whitman. No, it does not make it across in 3, and the Boxers give the serve back to the Blues, who take a 2-1 lead. First year Sammy Homer back to serve. Driven ball low over the net, forces the libero to the ground to dig it. Excellent dig there by Homer. Oh, that's tough. I believe that's in the net for the Blues, unfortunately. Unable to stay on their side of the net on that pass from Homer. Oh, nice recovery there. That serve sailed a little closer to the net than Addie Belt was planning for, but she got to it. Just flicked it to the side of the Boxer wall and down for the point. And libero Bartok back to serve. 3-2 lead for the Blues. Scramble there. Bartok gets a hand on it, but unfortunately it deflected it out of the path of where Sammy Homer was going to be, and side out back to the Boxers, 3-all. Rory Frias back to serve for the Boxers. Gushina's attack into the net, unfortunately. Boxers will take the point. There you go. Nice little quick hit by senior Lily Thompson. Excellent dig by Sammy Homer there. Haley Pruce puts the ball right where Lily needed it to score the point inside out. And Addie Belt back to serve. All knotted up at 4. That attack goes wide for the Boxers. They'll take the point to 5-4 lead as Addie will serve again. Driven hard to the back line of the Boxers. Big back line attack, but the Blues are able to control it. Free ball coming across for the Boxers. Whitman Blues not able to get it over in 3. Ball trickles back to their side of the net. And side out to the Boxers at 5-all. And number 5, Emma Velchuk, will serve for the Boxers. Received by Bartok. Bruce to the left side. Gushina, big swing, but knocked down by the right side wall. Jenna Hickman and Michaela Tuilamotu combine on the nice block for the Boxers to take the point in the 6-5 lead. Velchuk to serve again. Go the service error from the Boxers. Give it back to the Blues. Gushina will go back to serve. She puts that cross-court ball in play. And the Boxers scramble, but are unable to control it. And a nice point there by Arena. Just a simple cross-court serve, deep and close to that sideline. Boxers found it hard to deal with. She serves the middle this time. Excellent dig by Addie Belt. Lily Thompson with the nice attack over the center. Just puts it down in the middle of that boxer back line. 8-6 Blues. Gushina will serve again. The Blues settling in a little bit here. Pushes it to that outside back line again. Great dig by Gushina there. Bruce sets up. It's called a double hit there on Sammy Holmer, unfortunately, going over the net. Kendall Koski subs in for Gushina after a nice sequence there. The Boxers will serve down 1.78. Libero Alyssa Cargill serves. Great pass by Belt to Bruce. And a nice little attack by Sammy Holmer. Again, not worried about pace on that time, just putting it right where the opposition was not. Lily Thompson subs in to serve. Number 15, Annika Hansen, unable to get that attack over the net. And we'll take the point for the Blues in the 10-7 lead as Lily Thompson goes back to serve again. Big cross-court serve this time. That one got away from Hannah Carlson of the Boxers there. When you're swinging that hard, that's going to happen from time to time. Another point for the Blues to take a 4-point lead at 11-7, and Lily will serve again. Another tacked on slightly astray there. Jenna Hickman puts a big swing on it, but it's across the cross-court attack sails wide. And the Blues are on a nice little run here with a 5-point lead. Lily serving again. It's nice pace on that to the deep center. Attack nicely dug by Addie. Haley sets it across to Sammy Holmer. It's a nice swing on it. Free ball coming from the Boxers. Another little roll attack. Oh, dug out beautifully by the Boxers. Another free ball coming. Bruce, quick set to, Kendall Herman gets a big swing on it, but the Boxers were ready for that one. The Boxer wall sends it back and down into the Whitman court. Side out to the Boxers, but that was a nice little run for the Blues. Take a 12-8 lead. So we have Kayla Jane Padayo back to serve for the Boxers. By Koski. Bruce, the quick set. There you go. That little quick back set to Kendall Herman. Just a simple flick down to the space in the court. Really well attacked. Coach Helm has to be happy with that. Very effective. And now you've got Haley Bruce serving again. We've seen good things from her service these last two nights. Deep serve to the center. Dug out beautiful by Koski. Holmer gets a swing on it. Off the Boxer wall. That attack from 16 from Hannah Carlson on the Boxers deflects off the Whitman blocker. Forces a little scramble there. Haley's unable to control it. Will slide out to the Boxers. Tegan Skyensby will serve for the Boxers down 13-9. 4-point lead for the Blues. And a service error into the net will give a side out back to Whitman. Taking a 14-9 lead as Sammy Holmer will serve. Gushina comes back in for Kendall Koski. We see Sammy attacking that ball again, pre-serve. That was a big swing from Emma Velchek on the left side of the Boxer front line. Very effective attack. Side out to the Boxers, 10-14, Blues by 4. Monica Hansen to serve. Wow, Gushina to Bruce to big Addie Belt. Swings that left arm, and I'm not sure if that went off the boxer player's head, but boy, it went deflecting high and out of play. The big attack, but everybody seems to be okay as Bartok serves. A little quick attack dug out by Arena. Another big swing by Addie, but that one is knocked down by the combination of Tuya Lamoto and Emma Velchek on the left side of the boxer front line. Rory Frias subs in to serve here. Boxers down 11-15. Well received by Sammy. Another big attack by Whitman off of the boxer wall, but that one sails out of bounds for the Whitman side out. And Addie Belt will go back to serve with this 5-point lead for the Blues, 16-11. Deep serve with good pace. Miscommunication there for the Boxers as the back set goes to nobody, unfortunately, there to attack for the Boxers. The Blues take a point off of Belt's serve. A 6-point lead, 17-11. We have a rotation foul, I believe, called. Some sort of rotation error, positional error called on the Boxers. And it's a 7-point lead now for the Blues. Pacific coach Renville comes out to talk to the ref. Try and understand. It looks like maybe they're going to call a let, an erroneous whistle by the ref. So it's going to be 17-11, and they'll play the point over. Belt drives another deep serve at the center of the box line. Oh, well dug out on that attack. I believe maybe that attack sailed outside of the pin, I believe was the indication from the linesman. And so point to Whitman, 18-11. Timeout for the Boxers here as they find themselves down 7 here in the second set. Be sure to tune in all weekend for Northwest Conference openers, not only for volleyball, but men's and women's soccer. All 3 teams have been playing matches this weekend against Willamette and Pacific. Also in action on Saturday today. This has probably already happened. This read may be irrelevant now, but the Blues cross-country teams were competing in the PLU Invitational today out in Tacoma. So head over to WhitmanBlues.com for results on all those matches at this point. And hopefully the Blues have done well. Blues putting together some solid effort. It feels like the play has been cleaned up substantially here in the second set. Some much more clean and successful attacks. Big swings from Addie Belt, a couple of nice, those finesse attacks from Kendall Herman. And Arenas put some nice swings on the ball as well. Addie to serve, Blues up 18-11 as we return to play. That serve sails a bit long, and it will be side out to the Boxers, trailing by 6. We see Chloe Hefner sub in for the Boxers, and Emma Velchek will go back to serve. By Belt. Bruce sets Kushina on the left side. Big swing deflects off the boxer wall. And the return attack from Pacific. Right side, Jenna Hickman sails a bit long. No touch by Whitman, so it will be side out for the Blues. The 19-12 lead. We see Lexi Uchima come in, sub in for Arena. And Uchima will serve with the 7-point lead here in the second set. Good dig there by Belt, setting up Sammy Holmer. The cross court, is stuffed right back down as that dig sails to the Whitman side of the net, and senior Lily Thompson just flicks it to the floor, makes it look easy. 20-12, the Blues take an 8-point lead on the arm of Uchima for service. Good defense there by the Blues. Get a good attack on that after the block, but anyway, another block. Dug up by Pruce. Bartok back to Pruce, and she'll just put the ball over, keeping it in play. In-system attack coming for the Boxers. Dug out by the Blues. The set to Sammy Holmer on the left side, and that puts it down. Frias is unable to handle that attack. And Uchima will go back to serve again. 21-12. We got a 9-point lead now for the Blues. Well in control of the second set. That receive of serve comes over the line. Ooh, the deep flick over from Lily Thompson. Great dig by Addie Belt. Bruce sets Holmer, who rolls it over, but not able to put the ball down. But the attack back from the Boxers, unable to cross the net. 3. And we see a great run of points here on the serve of Lexi Uchima. It is now 22-12, a 10-point lead for the Blues. Uchima goes to the floor, but unable to dig that one out. Really excellent sequence there on Uchima's serve as she'll sub out, and Kendall Koski will sub back in. Pacific libero Alyssa Cargo will go back to serve, trailing by 9, 13-22. She serves Koski. There was a net violation there called. I believe that was a little overeager there by the Pacific player. We're going to see a sub out. Lauren Fogliani returns to the lineup to serve. Senior Lily Thompson goes to the sideline. Saw Fogliani serve in the first set. Some effectiveness. Little scramble there by the Boxers. Big swim by Sammy Holmer, and it is effective. A little scramble there by the Boxers, but they're unable to dig that ball out. Sammy draws blood on another attack, and Lauren will go back to serve again for set point, 24-13. Deep serve. Returned right back by the Whitman wall. Another block there by Bruce and Herman. The Boxer attack, able to put that one down just inside sideline. Fogliani subs out. Bartok subs back in. Side out to the Boxers, but the Blues are up 10 as Kayla Jane Padayo goes back to serve for Pacific. Big swing by the right-sided attack. Annika Hansen there off the Whitman wall. Unable to field the deflection at the back line there. Kendall Koski does dive for it, but a point to the Boxers. They now trail by 9. Still set point for Whitman here. Really well defended there on the effective attack. Nice block there by the Whitman wall. Kendall Herman and Haley Pruce there on the right side of the front line for Whitman. Puts set point down into the Boxer side of the court, and it's all even now. 25-15 is the score in that second set. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in just a moment. Welcome back to the George Ball Court at the Sherwood Center, where things are all even after 2 sets. Pacific Boxers take the first set, and the Whitman Blues take the second set. And a nice bounce back, 25-15 in that second set. Take a look at the second set statistics, or the statistics through 2 sets. I have the cumulative stats here. Whitman now 24 kills to 19, outpacing the Boxers. Hitting errors 13 to 12. Looking for my first set statistics here. So, yeah. So Whitman cleaned things up a little bit in that second set. Fewer attacking errors. The Boxers about on the same pace. The Blues hitting up to 162 now through 2 sets. So nice to see them clean that up. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the George Ball Court at Sherwood Center here in Whitman College, where we have volleyball action between the Whitman Blues and the Pacific Boxers. The match is all squared through 2 sets now. Pacific taking the first set 26-24, and Whitman taking that second set 25-15. Teams are back on the court here in the last 20 seconds of the break. And it looks like a whole set of familiar faces for both sides. So Kushina, Belt, Herman, Bruce, Bartok, and Holmer on the court for the Blues. Carlson, Hansen, Churchfield, Padaio, Shills, and Belchek, although we're seeing now Shills sub out and libero Lissa Cargill sub in. And it looks like Padaio will go back to take the first serve for the Boxers as we open this third set of play, all square at 1 set apiece. Fielded by Belt to Bruce, sets up Sammy Holmer for the sharp cross-court attack, but dug out by the Boxer libero. Now a big backline attack from Kushina, deflects off of Hansen and out of bounds for the Blues point and side out. Haley Bruce will go back to serve for the Whitman. Bruce sneaks one in front of the boxer libero, who dives but is unable to dig that ball out. They were expecting a little more pace for her, and she keeps them guessing. Scramble there by the Blues. Sammy Holmer with a really nice attack. Got the ball right where she wanted it. And the Blues go back to serve Haley Bruce again. 3-0 lead for the Blues. Drying up some sweat here on the boxer side of the court. Brief pause in the action. Teams huddle up to discuss. While we have a pause here, a quick report on today's soccer results between Whitman and Pacific. The women's soccer teams tied 1-1, and the Whitman men won 2-0 over the Boxers today in soccer action. Okay, we're ready to return to play, and Haley Bruce back to serve again with a 3-0 lead for the Blues. Flex off the net, but dug out by the libero. Big attack dug out by Bruce. Side set to Addie Belt, probably going long, but Pacific plays it. Free ball coming to the Blues. Bartok to Bruce. Right side, Addie lobs a little attack over the Pacific wall. Unable to handle it on the back line. Velchek dives for it. But a nice little sneak attack there by Addie. They were probably expecting more pace from her, and she used the finesse instead. Bruce switches sides to serve from the back left. Big attack by Sammy Holmer there, dug out nicely by number 8, Kayla Jane Padayo for the Boxers. Oh, that attack ruled out of bounds. Just wide. Another nice swing for the Blues. But it'll be side out to the Boxers. Trailing 4-1 here in the early part of the third set, as Tegan Skyensby will go back to serve for the Boxers. A big slap on the ball. Kushina receives it, and they set up Sammy on the right side attack, but some nice back and forth. Good dig there by the Blues. Another nice attack dug out by the Boxers. Flick to the back line, dealt with by Arena. Setting up Addie for another big swing, dug out yet again by the Blues, or by the Boxers. Now set to Sammy Holmer, who can't put her attack over the net. A lot of chances there for the Blues, but some really nice defense played by the Boxers. A number of just solid digs, well controlled, able to keep the ball in play. Some good volleyball in that, and it's a 2-4 trail now for the Boxers. That attack from Addie Belt sails long and or wide. I believe it may have hit the linesman, so I believe that's probably both long and wide. And it's another point for the Boxers. They're now at 3-4, trailing by just a point. A little sneak attack there on the quick set over the net by Bruce. This time she sets Addie Belt, who just rolls it over the wall. Flick back from the Boxers. Back set to Holmer, but her cross-court attack sails out wide. Whitman just a little out of sorts here. Got to take a few deep breaths, get the attack back under control. It's all knotted up now at 4. The Skyensby serves again. Quick set from Bruce to Belt there. She lives up to her name, belting that ball back to the back line. Unable to control for the Boxers. Side out to Whitman. And Sammy Holmer will go back to serve. Nice dig out there by Bruce. Another attack coming from the Boxers. Well dug out by Bartok. The set across court to Gushina, who puts it down. Skynesby unable to deal with that attack on the Boxer back line. It's a point for the Blues on Sammy Holmer's serve. Big hard serve down the line. The attack comes nicely handled by Bruce. Addie Belt lobs a deep attack to the back corner. The attack from the Boxer front line deflects off of Bartok. Unable to control it, and we go to side out. Boxers now serving down by a single point. Annika Hansen back to serve for Pacific. And that deflects off the net, and Kushina wisely lets it bounce just wide of the sideline. The side out back to Whitman. Libero Jamie Bartok back to serve with a 2-point lead now for the Blues. Free ball coming. Really well executed there. Pass to Bruce right where she needed it, and she sets up senior Lily Thompson for the big swing in the middle. And point to the Blues. A flick over there by Pacific. That set was probably a little deep there for Addie. She had to go back to get that ball and didn't get the contact she wanted on it. It's into the net, side out to Pacific, who's trailing by 2 at 6-8. Rory Frias will go back to serve for the Boxers. Whitman wisely watches that one sail long. Side out right back to the Blues, and Addie Belt will go back to serve for Whitman. Drives it deep. Well dug by Belt. Bartok sets up Kushina. Flex off the wall back to the Whitman side. Bruce sets up the big swing from Belt. Foul called there from the officials. I missed the hand signal. Point to Whitman. Scramble here from the Boxers. Bruce sets Kushina. Big swing is knocked down by number 12, Logan Smith, on the right side of the Boxer front line. Really solid block there. Hannah Carlson subs in. Tegan Skynesby will go to the sideline for the Boxers. And Emma Velchuk will serve for Pacific. Down 7-10. That serve takes a tough deflection off the net and falls in the center of the court. Not much you can do about that one. Point to the Boxers. Bartok mishandles, but Sammy Homer is able to field it. Ball goes across to Pacific. Second attack dug out. Ooh, good block there by Lily Thompson. Pacific sets up again. Another attack dug out by Addie Belt. Big swing by Gushina, but dug out beautifully by Rory Frias. Homer to Bruce to Thompson, but again dug out by Pacific. A little slap across the court there by Gushina. And there's a double hit called there by the refs. Ball comes over the net after a double, and that will go side out to Whitman. Gushina will go back to serve with a 3-point lead, 11-8. Mishandled there by Alyssa Cargill, the boxer libero. Sheena will serve again at 12-8. Big cross-court serve. Nicely handled by Belt. Quick flick over by Bruce. Well dug out by Pacific. Another big block by the right side there between Justice Schultz and I believe it was number 12, also Logan Smith, in on that block. Whitman got a big swing on it, but just well defended there by the boxers. A sub out. This is Emily Felton in to serve, wearing the libero jersey. That one goes to the floor for Pacific. And it's now a 12-10 2-point lead for the Boxers. 2-point lead for the Blues as the Boxers serve. Attack by Homer there, well dug out. Free ball coming. They're calling a double hit on that. Yes, they call a double hit on that little flick over the net by Lily Thompson. And it's another point for the Boxers, who are now trail only by one, 11-12. As Emmy Lynn Felton serves again. Received by Kendall Koski, who subbed into the game. The big swing by Lily Thompson is blocked, and the linesman says it is in the block lines in the court, and we're all knotted up at 12 apiece. Hopes from the Blues players that was going to be called out. Drops the short serve in front of Koski, who's able to field it. Sammy Homer gets a nice swing on it. Free ball coming across. Oh, nice flick across the net there as that set sailed a little close, but Haley Pruce just went out and flicked it down to the court. We've got Lauren Fogliani coming in to serve again for the Blues with a 1-point lead now at 13-12. Lily Thompson will get a break. Big free swing there for Annika Hansen on the left side of the Pacific front line. Nothing you can do about that one. That one was just right to the space in the court. And it's 13-all with the Boxers going back to serve. Kayla Jane Padayo will serve for Pacific. Oh, that serve drops in front of Kendall Koski. She gets a hand on it, but can't quite get it under control. It's a 14-13, and we got a timeout for Whitman. Coach Howell wants to talk it over here. He doesn't like to see a lead become a trail, so let's try and break the Pacific momentum. Today's game is being brought to you by Flow College, the essential destination for college conference partners in Division 1, 2, and 3, which packages event live streams and rich editorial content into one accessible product. Flow is the leader in streaming for Division 2 and 3 sports and the #1 provider of women's sports at these levels, with more than 9,000 games slated for the 2025-2026 season. With Flow College, subscribers have the most comprehensive and personalized access to select college conferences, schools, and teams across all leading web, mobile, and connected TV applications. We're happy to be bringing this volleyball match to you tonight from Sherwood Center on Flow College. I'm Jake Bertulis, and I'm pleased to be broadcasting the Whitman volleyball games this year. It's exciting to be here for our second home game of the season in Sherwood Center. Blues looking to go 2-0 in conference, and the Boxers looking to head off an 0-3 start. Really well fought battle this time as the Boxers prepare to serve with a 1-point lead. That received by Addie Belt. Nothing she could do. It just sailed a little over the net, and nice big swing on it by Pacific to take a 2-point lead, 15-13. Padayo to serve again. Koski, Bruce, Sammy Homer gets a swing on it. Fielded well by the Boxers. Bruce sets Homer again, who rolls a little attack over the line. Wow, well scrambled by the Pacific team, but their swat over the net sails just a bit wide and will side out to Whitman. Good hustle there by Pacific. Okay, Whitman down 1 with Haley Bruce serving. Big cross-court set there from Belt over to Sammy Homer, who puts the attack down to tie it back up at 15 apiece. Good things have pretty consistently happened these 2 days when Haley Bruce is serving. Free ball coming. Koski to Bruce. That ball floats, but Whitman able to get it across. Back set to Addie. That flick is blocked by the Pacific wall. Now Sammy Homer gets a big swing on it. Down into Kayla Jane Padayo, who's unable to dig the ball out. Really nice attack there by Sammy. With another point on Haley's serve, it's a Blues lead now, 16-15. It's a tough serve in. Pacific scrambling a little. And their attack hits the net, drops to the floor, and another point for the Blues, who now lead by 2. Dive to the court there by Haley Bruce, but unable to lift that ball up. Side out to the Boxers. Tegan Skyensby will go back to serve. Boxers trailing by just 1 now, 16-17. Big serve from Skyensby, deflects a little sideways there, but well handled and delivered back to Sammy Homer for the attack. Side out back to Whitman. Gashina subs in for Koski. And Homer will go back to serve with a 2-point lead for the Blues. Serves it deep down the line. Back set to the right side as handled well by the Whitman wall. As Kendall Herman and Irina Gashina are both there to repel that attack, and a point for Whitman. 19-16 now as Homer serves again. Big serve down the line again. Little roll attack there, fielded well by Bartok. Gashina puts a big swing on that, it goes into the rafters. And his free ball comes back to Whitman. Bruce sets up Addie Belt, but that is rejected by number 5, Emma Velchek on the left side of the Pacific wall. We side out to the Boxers, trail by 2, 17-19. Annika Hansen serves, received by Gashina, set back to her. Off the wall and down. Nice big attack there by Irina. 20-17 side out back to Whitman. Bartok will serve. Billy Thompson subs in. Bartok with the cross-court serve. Wow, dig off the huge attack there from Pacific. Bruce sets Belt. Delivers her own attack back. Another big swing from the right side. Dug out this time by Sammy Homer. Nice sequence of attacks exchanged by both teams here. Bruce sets up Gashina, who uses position over power there. Finds the hole in the back right side of the Pacific defense. And with a 21-17 lead now and Blues holding the serve, it's a timeout by Pacific. As we come out of the timeout here at Sherwood Center, the Blues hold a 21-17 lead and the serve over the Boxers here in set 3. Bardock back to serve again for the Blues. Drives it deep to the back left side. And that ball sails a little too close to the net, and Whitman is able to put it down. Oh, my mistake. I believe they called a net violation there on that attack. So it's side out to Pacific. Trailing by 3 now, 18-21. A little early on that take there by Whitman. Ball was not quite eligible for attack. But the big swing by Addie Belt gets the ball right back as it deflects off of the Pacific wall and down to the court. And Addie will have the serve in her hand now with a 4-point lead at 22-18. Big swing from Pacific is deflected off the Whitman wall. Another big attack from Lily Thompson. Set back to Gushina. Attempted dig there by Tegan Skyensby, but that sails wide into the bleachers. And it's 23-18 Blues with Addie to serve again. Big serve down the line. Little roll attack dug out nicely by Addie. Haley sets Kushina. Deflects off of the Pacific wall. Big swing from the left side, number 5, is dug out by Bartok, and Sammy Holmer takes a swing at it from way back in the court. Nice sequence back and forth here. Quick ball across from Pruce is handled by Pacific. A little roll attack, dive to the floor by Bartok, but it can't be handled by the rest of the Whitman team. Really nice sequence of play back and forth by both sides there. Results in the side out to Pacific. Trailing 19-23 here in the third set. Emma Velchek to serve for the Boxers. Received by Belt. Bruce sets Belt back. Oh, and that takes a fortunate deflection off of Justice Schiltz on the front wall there. And down to the floor for the side out and serve for Whitman. Serving now at set point is Irina Gushina. That ball definitely floated over, and Lily Thompson puts it down to the court for third set deciding point. And Whitman takes a 2-1 lead in the match on a nice performance there in that third set. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the George Ball Court at the Sherwood Center on the campus of Whitman College here in Walla Walla, where after 3 sets, Whitman leads Pacific 2 sets to 1. Whitman taking the third set 25-19. Looking at the cumulative stats now after 3 sets, Whitman is leading in the attacking category, 38-25 on kills. Also a few more hitting errors, 23-17. Whitman hitting now only 124, but Pacific hitting at only at .068. So we're seeing more effective attack coming from Whitman. Kendall Herman hitting .429, 3 kills and no errors on 7 total attacking opportunities. So really nice play by Kendall. Addie Belt's up to 11 kills for the game. Sammy Holmer at 9, Lily Thompson and Arena Gushina both with 7, and Haley Pruce with 1 kill tonight and to go with her 25 assists. Service play, we have seen 5 aces from Pacific, only 3 aces from Whitman tonight, but 8 service errors from Pacific, and against only 2 service errors for the Blues. So it's nice to see the Whitman team keeping the service clean. Pacific struggling a little bit with control on some of those serves. As we go into the third set here, the teams huddle up. The officials finish all of their last-minute administrative tasks, and we get ready for what could be the deciding set. Blues will have the serve, and of course it will be Haley Pruce serving for the Blues. Deep center of the back line, Pacific. Pacific gets that big swing. Solid attack there from Hannah Carlson. Off the Whitman wall, but down to the court. Side out to Pacific. And Tegan Skyonsby will go back to serve for Pacific. Received there by Bartok. Pruce sets up Homer a little deep from the net, but gets a nice cross-court attack on it. Deflection there from Whitman wall, well handled. Addie Belt gets a nice swing on it, dug by the Pacific libero. Some back and forth play. Tricky deflection there from Gushina. Unfortunately, just flicks off the bottom half of the Whitman net and unable to handle that. And it's a point for the Boxers, who now lead 2-0. That slight overpass by Bartok, really well recovered by Haley Pruce, who puts it to Kendall Herman for what seems to be becoming a signature little quick flick down to the court. She's so effective on that short, quick set, finding the open space in the opponent's court and putting the ball down. Not a lot of power necessary, just all placement. Really nice little sneak attack down the line there by Addie Belt, unable to be fielded by Pacific. Whitman Blues will serve. Sammy Holmer back. Her signature whacking of the ball. Big swing by Emma Velchek there for Pacific. Off the Whitman block and out of bounds. Side out back to Pacific, leading now 4-1 here in this fourth set. See Justice Shills subs back in for Pacific as Hansen serves. A much bigger swing there from Kendall Herman, and again the short set from Pruce to Herman, proving to be a really effective combination this match. Herman will take a bit of a break. Lily Thompson will come in to relieve her middle blocker. Bartok serves. Wow, big swing from number 4, Lacey Churchfield. That's just a quality attack. Couple of subs in for Pacific, and Rory Frias will be back to serve. Boxers lead 5-2 here early in the fourth set. Gushina's overpass gets knocked down by Pacific. Take a point to lead 6-2. Frias will serve again. It's a nice return set there from Holmer to Gushina, who put a nice hit on it. That attack from Pacific sails long, Be side out to Whitman. First year Addie Belt will be back to serve with her left hand here. Big set to Emma Velchek. Emma Velchek on the left side of that Pacific front line. Unable to be dug out by the Whitman defenders. And the Boxers have a 7-3 lead in the serve, as Velchek herself will go back and serve this one. Excellent pass by Bartok. Attack by Gushina, fielded well by Pacific. Little roll attack handled there by Bruce. And Gushina's attack back into the Pacific wall and down to the court. She took a little off that one and prioritized her placement over power, and very effective as it hit low off the blockers and into the net for a side out to Whitman. And Gushina serves, puts the ball in play. A little tough pass from the libero, but gets it across. And Sammy Homer's attack is repelled by the Pacific wall. Kendall Koski subs in. Gushina will take a break. And on the Pacific side, we now have Emmy Lynn Felton in the libero jersey back to serve. Swinging attack there by Lily Thompson on the right side is also repelled by the Pacific wall. So some effective blocking here early in the fourth set by Pacific. A lot of the Whitman attacks have been unsuccessful against the Pacific defense, which has really stepped up a notch here in the fourth set. Coach Helm takes a timeout, try and break the momentum here as he finds the Blues down 5 points early in the fourth. But nobody's panicking, just calmly figure out what we're doing wrong, what we need to do better, and get things cleaned up and back in the direction Coach Helm wants them to go. Our many thanks to the W Club for its support of Whitman student athletes and athletics programs. The W Club exists to enhance excellence in varsity athletics and the student athlete experience, as well as help fund assistant coaches, international travel, and operating expenses. Head over to whitmanblues.com to make a donation or to become a W Club member. Whitman breaks the huddle again. Homer, Pruce, and Thompson on the front line. Bartok, Belt, and Koski on the back line for the Blues. Pacific returns to the court as well. And Felton will serve again with a 9-4 lead for the Boxers. That was a really nice sequence there. Koski with the nice pass to Pruce, who sets up Sammy Holmer on the left side for a beautiful cross-court attack. Not the hardest swing of the night, but she placed it really well. We've got Lauren Fogliani subbing in to serve now. The Blues trail 5-9. Glances off the top of the net, but fielded by Pacific. Free ball coming back to Whitman. And there's that. I believe they called a carry there. Yep, unfortunately the carry was called on that attack from Kendall Herman. Coach Matt Helm wants to talk to the official about that call. Pause and play while he gets clarification of what the referees saw. As it stands right now, it's 10-5 Boxers with Kayla Jane Padayo back to serve. There we go. Koski to Pruce to Holmer again. That big swing from the left side deflects off the Pacific wall and out of bounds for side out. And got your ace server, Haley Pruce, now with the ball in her hand. See if we can go on a little run here. Oh, unfortunately, that serve sails just a bit deep. Side out right back to the Boxers, who take an 11-6 lead. And Tegan Skyensby subs in to serve. Deep serve fielded by Koski. Great dig there off of the block. A bit of really hard swinging attack there from Emma Velchek on the left side of the boxer line. Good effort to dig it out there by Koski, but can't control with the immense amount of pace on that ball. The boxers now serving. It's Alyssa Cargill. Good eye by the Blues, letting that serve sail well wide. And the side out back to Whitman. Sammy Homer will go back to serve with the Blues trailing by 5, 7-12. Big attack from the right side by Lacey Churchfield for Pacific. Deflects off the Whitman wall and out of bounds for side out to the boxers. Monica Hansen will serve with a 6-point lead for Pacific. Sammy Homer receives. Haley with the long cross-court set to Arena. Ball back to Whitman. Haley again, back set this time to Addie Belt. Another rejection by the Pacific front line. Kushina this time takes a little pace off it. And the right side of the Pacific wall deflects it out of bounds for side out to Whitman. Trailing 8-13. And Bartok will go back to serve for the Blues. And Lily Thompson also subbing back in for Lauren Fogliani. Whoa. Quick flick by Willamette Pacific doesn't get it done. But a little poke attack there by Addie Belt. Very effective, deflecting off the side of the Pacific block. And a point for Whitman now, closing the gap, 4 points. Great little short serve there by Bartok. Drops in front of the Pacific back line, unable to field it. And point for Blues again, and it's now 13-10. That attack gets away from Lacey Churchfield on the right side of the Pacific front. Sails long, and we've seen the lead shrink to 2 now for Pacific, and they take a timeout to talk about things. You can always visit www.whitmanblues.com for all up-to-date information on Whitman athletics, including current team schedules and student-athlete features. Also follow Whitman Athletics on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Another exciting night of volleyball here in Sherwood Center. This third set, neck and neck. Nice bounce back by the Boxers after a couple of more dominant performances by Whitman in sets 2 and 3. The Boxers holding the lead through most of this, all of this fourth set, I believe. But Whitman clawing back really nicely here on this sequence of serves by Bartok. Teams come back on the court, and we'll see the Blues try to maintain that momentum. Little miscommunication there between the two players on the back line, but they get the ball over and play. A little flick attack by Gushina. A little disorganized from both teams here coming out of the timeout. Big swing by Velchek there on the left side of the Pacific front line. Unable to be dealt with by the Blues defenders. And that ends the little mini run there by Whitman. Boxers have a 3-point lead, as Rory Frias will go back to serve for Pacific. That serve sails long for Pacific, and service errors continue to bedevil them a little bit tonight. Side out to Whitman, and it's a 2-point game. Addie Belt back to serve, down 12-14 in the fourth set. Serve cross court to the libero. Little poke attack. Bruce switches it over to Gushina, who's rejected, but is able to field the block. Oh, and Addie Belt's attempt to get the ball over the net falls short. Inside out to Pacific. Carlson in for Pacific. Skyensby goes out. And Emma Velchek is back to serve with a 3-point lead. That was an awkwardly positioned ball off the shoulder of Addie Belt. She's wondering whether or not that ball was going to stay in bounds, whether she should have let it go. Good conversation with Coach Helm. Velchek will serve again with now a 4-point lead for Pacific. Good judgment again there by the Blues back line, letting that one sail long. And now Gushina will go back to serve, trailing by 3. Drops the cross-court serve in. Willamette not able to do much with that attack. The set over to Sammy Holmer. Big attack dug out nicely by Pacific. That one off the rafters, dealt with really nice by Haley Bruce. Really excellent hustle there by Bartok to get that ball off the floor. A lot of scrambling going on. Neither team really in system at this point. Just playing excellent hustle volleyball. Another big dig by Addie Belt there. Haley Bruce sets Gushina. Gushina gets a big swing on it and down and in. And the Blues take a fantastically fought point. Compliments to both teams there on some hustle. Lots of scrappy play. Neither of those sides were really in their system at all. Everything was just sort of react and react. And the Blues come out on top of that exchange, narrowing the lead to 2 points at 16-14 Pacific. Gushina back to serve again to try to narrow that lead further. Forces Velchek to the floor. Relatively easy ball there for Bartok to field. Bruce, soft attack there from Holmer, fielded by Pacific. And that one is off the Whitman wall and down to the court. So side out to Pacific. 3-point lead. And Emmy Lynn Felton will sub in to serve for the Boxers. Nice little poke attack, just kind of rolls it over the wall. Sammy Holmer was a nice pass on that serve receive there from Kendall Koski. Fogliani subs back in to serve for the Blues as Lily Thompson goes to the sideline. Blues down 2, 17-15. Quick set to big number 15, Annika Hansen, the middle blocker in the center of that Pacific line. Takes the ball right back to the Pacific side of the net and a 3-point lead again, 18-15. Kayla Jane Padayo checks in to serve here for the Boxers. Koski to Bruce. Little poke attack by Sammy Holmer, fielded by Pacific. The return poke attack. Nice dive by Bartok, keeping it alive. Free ball across for Pacific. Setting the left side. That rattles around in the rafters, giving Whitman a bit of a break there. And another free ball coming across to Pacific. Dive by Addie Belt to the floor. Set across court from Haley Bruce. Dealt with again by Pacific. Another dig by Addie. Haley again to Sammy Holmer. And that block deflects out of bounds. Big point for Whitman after some interesting pachinko action in the metal trusses of the Sherwood Center roof. Really cut Whitman a break on that one. The ball was not going in the right direction, but it sat on top of one of the fluorescent lights, and that's the way it rolls here in volleyball. That ball is still in play and still live until it comes back down, and in this case it let Whitman regroup a little and keep the point alive. Haley Preuss serves a short ball. Big attack from the right side there of the front line. Hannah Carlson takes a big swing off the Whitman wall, out of bounds. Whitman's having trouble getting any closer than that 2-point lead. It's back to 3 now, with Skyensby back to serve for Pacific. 19-16. Good dig there off the block by Pacific. That attack. Little scramble by Pacific. They're unable to get it back over the net in 3. And a little bit of a scruffy looking point there, but we'll take the point. We'll take the side out and the point. 2-point trail now. And Sammy Holmer back to serve. See if we can't close this gap. Holmer puts a low hard serve down the line. That attack nicely dug out by Holmer. The cross-court set to Belt. His attack is dug out beautifully on the back line by Pacific. And the roll attack, look at her. Look at Haley get to the floor. Beautifully done. Boy, she got that pancake hand under the ball. Just popped it back up. I believe it was Addie that set that ball across to Arena. Closes it down to 1 point, 18-19. Whitman trails, and Pacific takes a timeout to talk about things. Exciting action here late in the 4th set. Whitman's trailed the entirety, I believe, of this 4th set, but looking now to get on top, trailing just by a single point. Just some excellent hustle on these last couple of points by the Blues, by both teams, frankly, let's be fair. But a couple of points that have come out in Whitman's favor. I still am chuckling a little at that ball that bounced around in the rafters of the Sherwood Center, wondering if it might ever come down. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with you and return to the end of 4th set action. Sammy Holmer serving now, trailing by 1. Both teams with 12 kills here in this 4th set. They played very evenly, as the score would indicate. Oh, and Sammy's serve drips just wide. Shoot, that happens. Would have liked to have seen that ball in play, but Boxers now back to a 2-point lead. And Annika Hansen will serve for the Boxers. Big serve to the back line, Gushina. Pass to Holmer, sets up Gushina, but her attack sails wide. And the Boxers stretch it back out to 3. 21-18. Another successful attack there from Kendall Herman. Closes it back to 2 points and side out, where libero Bartok will serve. Trying to close the gap again. She puts it deep across the court. Handled well by Pacific. But that attack is rejected by the Whitman wall, but it falls out of bounds. And it is a point to the Boxers. Back to a 3-point lead at 22-19. And we've got Lacey Churchfield back to serve for Pacific. Her serve sails long. Matt Helm encouraging the linesman for the correct call there, but it was clearly behind the back line. Another service error for Pacific, gives the ball back to Whitman, and it narrows it back to 2. Lefty Addie Belt back to serve, trailing 22-20. Little overpass there by the Pacific line, and a little overset there by the exchange of errors there by the teams, and little scramble on the Pacific side, unable to get the ball up and over. That was a little bit of another scruffy point, to use my term from earlier, but it inures to the benefit of the Blues, trailing just by 1 now with Addie to serve again. Deep serve fielded by Pacific. Pacific wisely lets that attack from Gushina go, which sails just past the back line. And it's back to a 2-point lead for the Boxers with Emma Velchek to serve. Skyensby checks to the sideline. Carlson comes in, and Whitman takes the timeout to talk about it as we trail by 2, 23-21 in the late stages of the fourth set. As of that last timeout, Whitman now hitting 147 for the match versus 119 for Pacific. Whitman 50 kills against 27 errors on 156 total attacking opportunities. Pacific 37 kills, 19 errors on 151 total attacking opportunities. 33 assists tonight for Haley Bruce. Really effective work by the Whitman setter. On the service side, 4 aces for Whitman, 6 aces for Pacific, but again, Pacific's showing 10 service errors through that last timeout. I think that's now up to 11 because I think there was one more since then. Whitman's broken the huddle. Pacific breaks the huddle now. You're ready to return to action here, where Pacific will serve with a 2-point lead at 23-21 in the fourth. It's getting down to crunch time here for the Blues. Velchek to serve. Tough serve fielded by Bartok. Wow, big deep attack there from Addie Belt in the back line. Really nicely played there by Whitman. Unable to be fielded by Pacific. It's back to a 1-point game, and Gushina is serving now, down 22-23. And the service ace from Gushina slips it in front of the Pacific back line, and it's all tied up at 23. That could not have come at a better time. Addie gives Gushina a big clap. Another short serve. Oh, great scramble there by Arena. And the big attack by Sammy Homer on the left side. Down into the back left corner of the Pacific court. Back right corner of the Pacific court. And the Blues take a 24-23 lead for match point on the serve of Gushina. Oh, and the service error just falls short of the net. And it's all knotted up at 24. Gushina subs out. Kendall Koski subs in. Several subs on the Pacific side of the net as well, including Emmy Lynn Felton, who will come in to serve now, all knotted up at 24 as we go into an extended fourth set. Tough swing there by Sammy. And no, that is outside the pin and outside the court. And that is point and side out to Whitman, who will now serve again for the match. And subbing in to serve is Lauren Fogliani. It's 25-24 Whitman. Fogliani drops it deep. Ball to the left side. Addie Belt to Bruce, to Sammy Holman. Oh, fielded well by Pacific. But a little scramble, free ball coming across. Fogliani to Bruce. So Holmer forces a dive by the libero. Ball comes back. Belt to Bruce. To Holmer again, deflects off the block, but it's still in play for Pacific. Tries the big attack, fails, and that is it. Match point, 26-24 in the fourth set. After trailing for the entirety of set 4, Whitman finally takes a lead and is able to close it out on their second match point opportunity. Exciting finish there. Congratulations to the Blues. Compliments to the Boxers on a hard-fought match. They definitely made us work for it. Really fun volleyball to watch. Matt Helm and the Whitman Blues come away from their first homestand and their first games of the Northwest Conference season with a 2-0 record. 5 sets last night, 4 sets tonight, but compliments to these Blues players for fighting and scrapping and hustling throughout the entirety of both matches and coming out on top both times. We'll hang out for a moment to get final statistics for you, but I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back with those stats when we have them. Welcome back to the Sherwood Center, George Ball Court, where Whitman is victorious in 4 sets tonight. I'm Jake Ratulis. I'm just waiting for final stats here from the scorers table to give you a rundown, but an exciting win by Whitman in 4 sets tonight. Dropping the first set, but coming back to win the next 3. Winning pretty handily in sets 2 and 3, but a hard, scrappy set 4 where Pacific led almost the entire way, but Whitman was able to maintain their composure in the late goings and finally take a lead when it really mattered most, and winning in just into extra points. I believe it was 26-24 in that final set of action. So after feeling like a rough start to the season with their tough road losses in California, nice 2-0 start to Northwest Conference play for Coach Matt Helm and the Blues. Really strong performance again tonight from the first-year players, the attacking players. And also, certainly don't want to shortchange anybody else. Sophomore Arena Gashina put some nice numbers up as well, swinging hard in the attack. Senior Lily Thompson, of course, showing her poise and her experience. And Haley Bruce, can't say enough good things about all the things she does on the court, the service, the setting, the defense. Just good poise throughout. There were a couple of moments today where it felt like it maybe got a little ragged, but this team seems really good at maintaining, regrouping, taking a breather, getting the timeout when they need to, and getting themselves back on course for success. So looks like we might not get the full stats here. There's something, complications going on at the scorers table, so we might just have to leave it at that for tonight. The Blues will next be in action. I've lost my schedule here. All right, the Blues' next action will be September 23rd. This coming Tuesday, 6 p.m., they will be playing at Whitworth. And then next weekend, on Saturday, the Blues play at Linfield University in McMinnville. Then on October 3rd and 4th, the Blues are on the road again at George Foxton at Lewis and Clark. The next home game here in the Sherwood Center will be October 10th, Friday, against UPS, and October 11th against PLU. Yep, and then we'll see home games, back on the road in the middle of October on the 17th and 18th at Pacific and Willamette for lap 2 of the Northwest Conference schedule. Okay, we're having troubles with the final stats, so we're just going to call that an evening. Thanks for joining us here for Blues Volleyball at the Sherwood Center. I'm Jake Ratulis, and we'll look forward to talking to you again on the next Blues home game. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Sweet. Thanks, Orm. See you in a few weeks. Yeah, those were well fought.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, come on, this is get it over. I know. It was good.
Yeah, they stayed poised.
There were some really good
Yeah, lots of some points with lots of back and forth, lots of scrambling, good recoveries, good digs. It was really fun volleyball to watch.